Yesterday, the people of the Republic of Kenya experienced one national power grid outage. And this has not been a unique case, because in less than a period of 1 year, tumepoteza stima mara mbili, twice, nationally. Total blackout. Now, last time I made a video explaining why I thought that the power outage was a premeditated thing and was probably made to enable some unconventional activities by some people. And to place context on that video, there came explanations from the government about how the Turkana wind power project had actually failed, and there was some disruptions. And as physicists can tell us, if there is a disruption in one power station that has an input on the national grid, it has the potential to disrupt power in the entire republic. But funny enough, this case was very unique to any other national outage that Kenya has actually experienced before. The other thing is the fact that we had not experienced such kind of an incident in a very long time. Very long time. In fact, even if you go to pale on Chrome and look for national outages in Kenya, how many they have happened, you will get very few incidences. And most likely, you will actually just find the 2023 incidences peke yake. I didn't see one in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, all the way up to 2022. I didn't see that kind of shit. So when this thing happened in March, I came out and tried to analyze and to explain to people why it doesn't just happen. But people, of course, are bound to have contradictory opinions, and mine was taken by some people as such. Anasema, hey, wewe jamaa unasema nini? What are you saying? Wewe haujui chenye unasema. You know, all these kinds of stories are bound to happen. But when this happened, there was one very critical facility that Kenyans had to focus on, and that was none other than JKIA, the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. When the national power outage occurred, JKIA was severely affected, and this was the focus of my video that time, because there is a very critical facilities in the Republic of Kenya, and JKIA is among the most critical. If I wanted to do anything in Kenya very bad that would affect the whole of Kenya, JKIA may be a very critical factor because of its international nature. It hosts flights from all over the world, all over the world, even some major local flights. So when a facility like JKIA is affected, now the bells are chiming, curiosity high, masikio open. Tunataka tusikie hizi juices, what is happening? So when this happened, the government came out with a very funny explanation about how JKIA was in disrepair. There were some uh, backup generators that were faulty, they needed to be changed and all that. But I was not buying that story. Why? Because JKIA, being such a critical facility in the Republic of Kenya, is always under surveillance. Ni kama kusema ati tap ya State House ya maji itaharibika na ikose kukuwa repaired for a month two, ati the presidential suite doesn't even have uh, water. That can't happen. In fact, there's probability that there's a plumber who is connected to State House 24/7 just to walk around and make sure that all the pipelage, all the pipes are working. And if anything were to ever happen, this guy is there to have it repaired in real time. This is like saying that a facility like Kenyatta National Hospital could be experiencing power problems, and the generators there have been out of service for a long period of time, and nobody noticed them. Why? Because those are critical facilities that are always closely monitored, and regardless of the economic times, eh, they will always be repaired, they will always be put in place. Why? Because all the focus of intelligence, these facilities are a focus of intelligence, even international intelligence. Interpol, the NIS, DCI, Kenya military, they have officers monitoring those facilities, everything. Hata mwenda wazimu akiingia JKIA hivi, they will know. Aingie tu anyambe na atoke, they will know. Kuna mtu mwenda wazimu fulani fulani anaitwa hivi na hivi na hivi, ametoka place fulani fulani, ameingia akafanya hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi, na akatoka akaenda, they will know. So such kind of a critical aid, facility aid, goes or bad, and nobody knows it until the national grid fails and there's a total darkness in JKIA. So I did not buy that story until rumors started coming out. Oh, there was gold that was being sneaked out of Kenya. And of course, some stupid people asked, oh, how can you verify that? What are, what is the proof? Fools always ask for proof. They don't know that Waswahili husema lisemwalo lipo na kama halipo laja. So every time I hear that something is being spoken about, I never dispute it unless I have proof that it is disputable on solid grounds. I just can't say, oh, this and that can't have happened because of nini. Of course, I will logicalize it and try to see what is the most logical thing about them, but I can never say that my views are 100% what happened. But some people are not like that. They want, oh, this cannot have happened, this government cannot do this, these people cannot do this, it must have been the power, nini, the Turkana weed, whatever. Some people are just blind, and we cannot blame them for being blind. Some people are just made that way. Can you blame a kettle for being a kettle. You can't blame a sheep for being sheep. Just like you cannot blame light for being light. And darkness, now that we are talking about light and darkness, for being dark. So when these stories started coming out, I told people, yes, I said there was something fishy that was going on. So if there was something fishy that was going on, those rumors have started coming out. And that is the reality about Kenya. If anything was to ever happen in Kenya, it will still come out. Hata kama ulikuwa peke yako ukifanya, it will still come out. Utajikata ukiwa kwako peke yako, and your neighbors are going to see you with a cut finger, and they are going to say, alijikata kwa kitchen akipika. And that story is going to start circulating. It may not be true that you cut yourself in the kitchen, but you are probably in the sitting room eating a mango, and you sliced yourself off. But by the end of the day, people will know that you actually sliced yourself off. So majorly, what goes around always have some backing. Stories don't just begin. They don't just start circulating. They always have some backing. There's always somebody who has knowledge about something that proves this story, only that this person may not always be in the open. So proof about the origin of that story may not always be tangible. But lack of proof is not the evidence of lack of a happening or a situation. So when they started saying that there was a gold being snuck out of the country, or is it sneaked, whichever of the two, I started having my ears packed up. And I was really waiting for a second time, because I could see and I could tell that there was going to be a second time. Because if that was a criminal activity being planned and done, then there was bound to be more criminal activities like this. Because these people are in power today. And I always tell people that Kenya is today running a banana republic run by bananas and monkeys. That is the truth. William Ruto is a banana president and a monkey president running a banana show. Kenya has become a criminal enterprise. The government itself has become a criminal enterprise, where Kenyans are losing billions of money. Deals are made here and there to defraud our motherland. And nobody seems to care about it. The question is, what are they doing when these power outages are done? Because the truth of the matter, these are premeditated, well planned, and they are always aware of everything that is going on, even in those darkness. Because yesterday, when the power outage occurred, a very interesting thing happened in the same facility as last time, JKIA. You see, after last time, they said, oh, we are repairing and all that. We are changing this and that to make sure that such a thing will never happen again. The CS transport even actually saw on his pinky, that shit will never happen again. Hakutaikuwa na power outage ingine kama hiyo. And then come yesterday, everywhere else, every part of JKIA was okay, except two critical terminals. Two terminals. The question is, I mean, in reality, wanatuambia kila place ingine ya JKIA was connected to power except terminals mbili tu. That is in a layman's language. Kila place ingine stima ilikuwa sawa, ni places mbili tu, and that was terminal 1A and another terminal, I think terminal 1E or something close to that. I'm not exactly very sure about the details of the two terminals, but they were two that did not have power. And let's imagine we are stupid enough to buy this story that, oh, a place like JKIA, places mbili tu, and they are terminals. The question is, mbona si landing, mbona si mahali passports zinaangaliliwa terminals? You know, when you hear terminals, just think about takeoff and landing. Just imagine those two things. Don't worry about all the other activities. Terminal, takeoff, landing. I'm no expert aviator, but those two, terminal, landing. So when you hear terminal, think about people coming in, people and goods coming in and going out. So the question is, why two terminals? And you can be sure that terminals are places where everybody concerned with the workings of JKIA are committed to ensuring that everything works optimally. Kama for example ni DCI officers and there was a problem in one terminal, they will know. Why? Because even the movement of flies in those terminals are recorded. Ukiingia tu hivi, if a fly was to land on your face, they are on their toes to know that why, or to know why a fly has landed on you, to know why there are flies, to know why kuna ndege, a certain bird has been able to sneak into the nini. Anything that happens is always well surveilled. But now they tell us that the two terminals had problems and all that. They didn't have power. They were the only affected. The truth of the matter is that there was something that was being sneaked in and out. I don't have proof of it. I am talking not from a point of proof, but from a point of logicality. This is my opinion. There is something they were sneaking in and out. And William Ruto has to come out and tell us, what is this that he is doing? Because such a thing cannot happen under his eye. And last time, he actually kept his mouth shut. He did not comment on the power outage. It was Mulkomen who was making all the noise. Oh, we are doing this, we are doing that. KPLC says this, Mulkomen says that. Until they told that they were going to repair. When there was the 17 billion oil saga, initially William Samoei Ruto also kept his mouth shut. After the Moses Kuria cooking oil trade saga, William Ruto also kept shut. Even this time round, I expect him to try and keep shut. And if he comes out, he's going to give us a shit show for explanations. KPLC has already started giving us shit show explanations. So there was a disruption. We are still investigating what. Nini. And my opinion to them is to tell them to just shut the fuck up. We don't need your explanations. We know it happened. We know it has something to do with your incompetence. If it was not premeditated, it has something to do with your incompetence. But more likely than not, we know it was a premeditated activity that was well planned and well executed. But either way, What do you have to say? We don't want to hear it. We are already going under so much stress. We don't need to have tangible proof of what kind of a banana republic we have become. Bana, Kenyans out here are suffering. Wakenya tunapitia mashida. Hata mimi ukiniona hapa nikiongea. The economy is so hard on us. We barely have what to eat or what not to eat. We were talking a meal a day. Nowadays, some of us are surviving on water and juices, and sometimes even on stories. Unakula story, unaenda unalala. Kesho tupatane. We survive, we die. And I'm worried about my motherland. Because my motherland is so disparaged, so messed up. I wonder whether we will ever be able to recover. Sijui kama tutawahi recover from the mess that William Samoei Ruto and his evil government are going to leave. And I like to reiterate what Pastor Ezekiel, or rather Evangelist Ezekiel Odero, came out and told us just before the elections were concluded. He told us that the people from the mountain hated Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and it is true. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was hated by people from the mountain. Majority of them, they hated him and they wanted him out. Quite a good number of them. Okay, not majority, but quite a good number of them. They hated him and they just wanted him out. But Odero said that he wishes Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta would run and he will give him his vote even 100 times if he could. Because a government was coming, and this government was going to be a shit show day in, day out. And he said it in the terms of corruption, that corruption is going to become so massive, Kenyans are going to become dizzy. In a period of 6 months' time, that was the period he said. In fact, he said the exact period of 6 months. Stories will start coming out too bad that people are going to be ashamed. And that is exactly what has happened. We've already had so many corruption sagas. So many, insurmountably innumerable. The question is, will we ever recover? This, friends, is Kenyan Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to share your opinion about the matters hereby discussed, and your opinion on our opinion about the matters discussed. And then we will have feedback for you on your opinion, and even our opinion on your opinion on our opinion, because this is a game of opinions. This is Kenyan Opinion. Kwaheri. All the best.